Good evening, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. It was so long since I saw you, but I'm happy to be with you and share with you this week's energy, this week's opening and opportunities that we have. And one of the important part of being able to sustain our soul, our existence in this world, there's few things. People use it from physical food, exercises, sleeping and all of that. That's one existence in this world. And there's another existence of a different types of reality in the same reality is when you start feeding your soul, when you start realizing that your soul is the most important part and the body will follow. So not to say that we're not neglecting the body, but when you investment on the bigger picture of who you are, which is your soul, which is or we call in Kabbalah the 99% of you, the 1% will be fed, will we have a solution. And it comes to us in this week in a beautiful way. Why? We started a couple of weeks ago what we call the book of Deuteronomy. There's the 5 books of Moses. And a lot of us growing up, myself included, saw it as religion. And every time you just tell me Torah or books of Moses, leave me alone. I don't want to be part of it. It's dogmatic, it's religion, it's controlled by rabbis and priests. I don't want that. So constantly running away from that. Until I found the wisdom of Kabbalah. Fine. Oh, the wisdom of Kabbalah found me. And opened a new gate, a new opportunity for myself and all the people that of course, I got encounter with and met and introduced to this wisdom. What is this book of what we call related or known to be the book of Moses, right? The 5th book, Deuteronomy, the 2nd version of the entire Torah. Here in this book, the entire book, every portion of this book is a manuscript. It's almost like his will, almost like his desire, almost like a direction of the future leader. And who meant to be the future leader? Israel. What does it mean, Israel? Israel is not a physical place. It is a physical place, but what he presented, what he shows, is and I share it many times, it's to be a leader in consciousness. That's Israel. Israel is someone we can relate to everyone, not just specific group. This is our ability to be the host for the entire world. So, for example, we know that to achieve that, we need a little bit more tools, a little bit more help, a little bit more assistance. But in this week, Moses gives us a direction. Now, I want to tell you, it's a little bit, I'm asking you to be a little bit more spiritual and not physical or to get caught up in the story, because this is the difference between what religion did for us throughout the year, prevent us from plugging in, connecting to those secrets and these revolution and revelations that Moses left. Because who is Moses? Last week we didn't have a class, but we spoke a little bit about the idea that Moses was pleading the Creator, I want to go into the land of Israel. And he says, no, physically you're not going to go, but you're going to go to every individual that will teach this wisdom, you will come through them. You will be the one who teach everyone who teach wisdom. That's the promise that Moses got, to be less bound or boundless in the physical world and be part of each one of us to spread and share wisdom in the world. So technically, every time you not just study, but every time you increase your desire to share wisdom, share any light with somebody, Moses has to come through you, which is a channel. So it's not a person. We're not talking about the person. We're talking about the message that needs to be transmitted, needs to be downloaded to this world. Now, in this week, he keeps downloading, dropping so much wisdom. Now, if you read it literally this week, no wonder if I wouldn't have the Kabbalistic eyes to it, I can definitely tell you that if you read this week's energy literally, this is exactly religion. And I'll share with you a little bit from the words, and you understand that technically everybody can take it literally this way. And he said, "V'aya im shamot tishme'u," and then Moses says, the Creator tells you, if you're gonna listen to all what the words of the Creator, and if you're gonna follow all the rules, right? And I'm going to give you the land. I'm going to give you the fruits. I'm going to give you all the benefits. No sickness, no damage, no war. You will be able to sit on the land. This is what religion sold us. If we're going to do whatever God says, right, or whatever the leader's telling us, you're going to have the sustenance, you're going to have the food, you're going to have health, you're going to have everything. That's how they sold it to us. And many people follow the rules like parrots, like monkeys. And still chaos, still people more disconnected, still people in hatred for no reason. It's not a secret. Look around the world, hating each other, right? Fighting who is right and who is wrong. The main fight is about religion right now around the world. Main fight, the main war is about religion. Can you imagine that? And I can understand. I can understand why it's still a thing. Because nobody showed them what it is. And this is part of our responsibility, to share what does it mean. It's not really just a literal reading. So here Moses asking you. Now again, this is a little bit spiritual, a little bit out there. Sometimes you need to stretch your mind a little bit spiritually. If you think about it as human being, is me, this is my size. I'm what am I, 5'6", what am I, 5'7", right? What is it? Is it your size? 5'8", okay, right? This is 5'9", this is, okay, I'm a 7 foot tall. Or this person is 5 foot tall. Is that your real size spiritually? What is the size of human being? And this is what Moses is telling you, because a lot of us comparing ourselves to each other all day long. How much money they have, how big is the house is, and how much you know, how much you don't know, how many people know you, how many parties you invited to, how many not, how much things you have in the house, how many cars you have, how many, right? It's been measured by sizes. And then we compare ourselves to those. If I have a lot, I guess I'm smart. I guess I'm good. I guess God loves me. I guess I'm doing something right because I have a lot. And the people who have less, I guess they're not good people. Or for whatever reason, misfortune you call that. So for example, Moses tells you in this week, you have to really see your true size, your true weight in this world. And that is only dictated by the level of your consciousness. Because you can read the Torah and follow all the rules and put all the covers on your head and put all the things on your faces and all the dressing code, and still be in a negative state, still being in a small way of thinking, still not thinking to influence the world greatly. And Moses really pleading for people this week. Don't forget, when you go to the land of Israel, don't get confused. It's not that you need to be in Israel to be an Israel consciousness. Israel is a code, right? Like I spoke many times. You know, there were this word, how you call to an angel, right? Michael, Gabriel, right? Gabriel, Michael, right? Israel, it's the same thing, is a name of a consciousness, right? Or Yishre Hakel, when the light rests upon you. And the light doesn't rest upon anybody who is with ego, who is with measure themselves in a 1% level. Good, you can be good, but not be part of Israel. And it doesn't mean that you cannot have money and wealth and abundance. No, But if it's that, how you judge yourself based on what you have and what they don't have, you're missing the point of going to the land of Israel. That's all he's telling them. I will protect you. I will keep you. I will make you healthy as long as you let me rest upon you. And I cannot rest upon you if you're still thinking to measure yourself or to compare yourself to others. I'm good. Why? Why the misfortune? I'm a good person. It's not enough? No, it's not enough, my dear. Being a good person is not enough. A lot of people are good people are suffering. It's having consciousness. That's what he's asking you. I want to share with you the code of how he brought it up.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah, because just the recording, if we can ask after.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. No problem. So first is what Moses is want to do right now with this entire book and this portion specifically. He want to transcend us, transcend our consciousness to a complete different level. I want you to see your real measurement in this world, not the physical measurement. This is not who you are. You know, you're changing by how big and how much you have and how this. No, be understanding that the way you measure yourself is only when you really have true connection to where is your consciousness. The level of your consciousness makes the difference, nothing else. And he says, this is the idea. I want to transfer you to a complete reality where you know how to measure yourself. That each one of us is equivalent of the entire world. Now, everybody heard that before. You save one soul, it's as if you save the entire world. Have you heard it before? You save one person, it's as if you save the entire world. You know how many people we save? The world's still in chaos. How many times we had that opportunity? It's not that one time. It's if you have that consciousness that one person is equivalent, the right person with consciousness is equivalent for the entire world. And it's not specifically to every person that consciousness work, okay? So that's one thing. Second thing he says, ואלו המשפטים, and again he says to them, if you would listen, והיה עקב תשמעון, and when you going to listen, that's he telling them, והיה עקב תשמעון, and when you gonna listen, את המשפטים, all the laws and all the rules I gave you, then you will be safe in the land. I'll give you the rain in its time and the fruit in its time and so forth. Is there a God or light or creator that is like negotiating with me? Like if you're going to be a good, that's what we were sold. If you're going to be a good boy, God will love you, or Jesus will be your friend, right? And if you're going to be bad, they're going to hate you and they're going to throw you to hell. That's what we learned. I learned as an angry God that if I'm not behaving, he's going to put you in trouble. And this is where they learn it from. And it's completely not the truth. Completely not the truth. And I want to share with you a few things. Kabbalistically, we learn, and that's what Moses is teaching us this week. If you follow rules, like for example, each one of you is in different industry. Like in your industry, let's say you do construction, right? There's a specific rules and specific regulation you have to file. You have to go through different, otherwise it's a violation and you're not going to get permit, right? When it comes to that, we all have to follow the rules. We'll do whatever it takes. Every day we go to the city and we're asking for permission and they come and then they check, okay, we can give you the permit. Oh, this is not right. This is not right. We don't get the permit, right? And like that, doctors and everyone has to follow a specific guideline. Why? To keep it safe, to keep it healthy, and to keep it in order for the new people to come. The same thing spiritually. There are universal laws that are already decided from the creation of the world. You can't change them. You can argue, you can pretend it doesn't exist. No, like I always give the example of gravity. You like gravity? Nobody likes gravity, right? You love gravity? Yeah, our body loves gravity because love to sit, love to rest, love to be lazy. That's gravity. But get up and do it and do some jumping jack. No, no, I'm fighting gravity. I can't. You can argue all day long. Gravity doesn't change. Doesn't change. There are specific laws and specific spiritual rules that you cannot change. You violate them. Nobody is angry with you. You just disconnect yourself from the system. It's strictly like that. It's not because somebody is really hating you that you violate and you, let's say if you speak in evil tongue, right? Somebody likes to gossip, right? So now there's a God, I'm upset with you. How did you gossip, right? No, it's specifically when a person speaks bad, he contaminates his vessel, his mouth, right? And now it's blocked. It's blocked. He blocked that idea that light cannot shine through his mouth, only negativity, because that's what he assigned his mouth to speak bad. Yeah, he can change it tomorrow. Take responsibility, transform, and change it. Absolutely. And the gate is open. Like that in many, many ways. The consciousness here is that, oh, but nobody told me about the spiritual laws of this world. Yes, from today, and of course, Kabbalistically, we're learning many, many spiritual laws. And I'm going to give you a few of them. And if you live your life this way, you're going to start seeing a consistent change that's happening. Most of us, we're doing something for like 2-3 days and like, oh, I didn't see any change. Okay, I guess it's not for me. We're doing something 2 or 3 times and like, I left, I came back. I guess it doesn't work. Now, Moses is telling you, there are few things that you can ask this week. There are few things to ask this week. One is to ask to be shown what are the universal laws that I can receive, that I can use for my own advantage and growth. You have to ask for it. Yeah, you can come to me, I can give you countless of them. You can go to those classes, you can get countless of them, but really start being almost like custom made for you, how you grow into many, many different laws and many different rules, like any other things in the physical world. In the physical world, we have rules. You're driving in the street, there are rules. No, you don't want to drive through the rules, get out. Same thing spiritually. There's no argument. You can argue as much as you want. A strict rule, very clear. Once you apply them, you enter. You enter. But these rules are only internal. It's nothing for you to change externally who you are. That's the key. A lot of us see, we have to put like masks and all of those things and change our clothing. And no, there are many laws that Moses gives us to become a future leader, spiritual leader, consciousness leader, and that there are few rules that are very important to apply. And therefore, Moses sharing with us many of them, and I'm going to share with you a few of them, reminding you that Moses' main thing, and again, if you read it, it's super powerful. If you read it in the right eyes and from the right depth, you realize he prepared for us a roadmap of how we can literally shift the conscience of the world. And it was never meant to be a religion. That's the pain that I feel all the time. It was never meant to be a religion. There was never even a Jewish religion saying. It's always about Israel. It was always the word Israel. Ishre Hakel, Ha'el. The Creator rests upon those of you who have consciousness. Those of you who are leader, because if you take the word Israel again, you shift, you get Li Rosh, meaning I am in charge in my head. First of all, most of us have, maybe can control our body, but going crazy in the mind. And he says that this is the ability to control, first of all, the headquarters. What am I feeding my mind with? What type of information I'm feeding myself? What type of information comes out of me, and to who, and for what purpose? It's very important to understand the consciousness of Israel is a complete different level of existence, but it's nothing to do with religion. And I hope that with the help of all of us, we will be able to at least to reduce the idea of religion and being more spiritual, being more connected, being more united on the same level, and using tools that are not just controlled by people. So now, there is a need for an activation. So listen to this. The word that I'm going to use is the word from the Torah, but I will translate for you the real deeper part of that, and then take the time to understand that. Vehaya ekev tishme'un. Ekev is when you're going to listen, or vehaya, if. The word vehaya, if you're going to listen, tishme'un is listening, right? Vehaya ekev tishme'un. Now let's understand the three levels of consciousness that exist over here. One, there is two situations for Ekev. Ekev is also due to, or if you, or that's the word literally. But if you understand that deeper, Ekev is also the word for ikuv, delay. Ekev, I have a delay. I have a delay in my flight, right? Called yesh ikuvim. Ikuv is delay, right, my dear? But there's two types of delays in life. So I want you to remember from today, it's a rule. Now, again, you don't have to apply the rule, my dear. I love you either way. I just suggest you what is being suggested by Moses. Two rules. One, every time you have delays, the flight is being delayed, the project is being delayed, the starting point is being delayed, the key to get the key, there's the delay. There's delay because there's traffic, there's delay because all day long you can find delays of sort, yes or no? You want to take a cab, there's delay until the cab is driving, right? You have to wait for your Uber, right? There's a delay to go into the house, right? I need to go in the elevator, I have to wait to the elevator. Everything is delayed. There's always constant delay if you really pay attention. And a lot of people, sometimes they are antsy because of all day long delays. You know, you call somebody until they answer your text, right? How do you love when you see the 3 points of the other person, WhatsApp or whatever, in the messages, right? And it's like, come on, answer. Why? I see you writing, right? Or when they have the typing on that's the worst, right? If you can eliminate that, because you're on suspend, you're sitting there, what they're gonna text, what they're about to text in WhatsApp. I'm sorry if I didn't make it clear. In WhatsApp, when somebody there, I don't know who knows, who doesn't, but it's like you see somebody typing, and then you're like, okay, I wonder what he's gonna type. So can I type before, or can I wait until they finish typing? So if I'm gonna type now, I'm gonna write. Everybody go through that struggle. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a delay. A delay. Now again, you need to really be equipped to really be able to shmeun. Every time there is a delay, what do I need to do? Tishmeun, what's the word? Listen. There's a message here. There is a message. For every type of delay, you have a message. Now, most of us will call it a message only if the flight was delayed. I guess I was saved from the terrible thing. No, you don't have to be that extreme. For every simple delay, if you really realize, wait a second, it's from the universe. It's something that I cannot see. That moment of delay, call it delay or wait, right? Okay, so I need to have more patience. That's what you're telling me, Benjamin. Should I work on more patience, right? No. The actual delay is the actual teacher. It's not something after. Don't like, okay, so now I need to grow, and what do I need to do? First of all, it's remember. Now, again, this is a little bit above the level of all of us, a little bit. You go to the word vehaya, the first word. It teaches you why there is a delay. This is very deep, beautiful secret. How we got there. And I always like to share all the secrets that was revealed to me and all how I got there. You can do whatever you want with that. You can say it's too much for me. I don't want to know. No problem. The word vehaya is a code. Vehaya ekev tishmeu. When there is a delay, you gotta listen. You gotta listen to the delay. The delay itself, traffic, the elevator, doesn't matter. The insignificant delay, even me now delaying the answer. Benjamin, give me the answer. No. It's in the code Vehaya. What is Vehaya? Every month, there is a, we know, according to Kabbalah, we in our prayer, in our connections, there is a section in what we call New Moon, in Rosh Chodesh. In New Moon, there is a certain verse that represents the energy of the entire month. Right? And it's in there, what we call the Musaf, the elevated prayer that we do every month. And it's in the week, in the month, there is a verse that indicates the secrets of this coming month. Right? And we also spoke about it in the month of, every month we share a little bit from the new moon. And now we're in the month of Av. So Vehaya is the Yud K Vav K, is the tetragrammaton in a different order. The Vehaya is the tetragrammaton, the name of God, the name of the Creator, the ultimate name of the Creator, but in different order. What is the order over here? Vayir'u ota sarei paro. That represents the month of Tishrei, the month of that coming, the month that is the month that the first month of the spiritual year, right? It's where Rosh Hashanah is where the beginning of days, where all the holidays are there, right? What does this month represent? The seed level. Here, also the word Vehaya represent no past and no future, only presence. But this word can represent this way. And it tells you the reason you have any sort of delay that comes to you is because it's in the seed level. The seed that you planted, something there was corrupted. Something there was not planted right. Now, who planted it? Oh, it's them. No, it's me. It might be that sometimes, let's say, for example, there are relationships that doesn't work. It's the seed level in the, why we still have delay in the relationship? Why still things not working? Because something in the seed level of that relationship was not right. It was with ego, was with selfishness, was with limitation, was with a very much low level of existence, was something negative. It comes out later as a delay. Delay, God forbid, for children, for business, for money, for finding a place to be. It's in relationship. In business, same thing. The business will pick up. Something in the seed was wrong. And therefore there are delays. That should be a spiritual law that you live by. And therefore, as a result of that, as a result of this type of understanding, you're going to think very clear when you make a decision from this coming year. And this is a build-up until Rosh Hashanah. So it gives you a hint. All the thing that you're dealing with today is what you planted in Rosh Hashanah this last year, 10 months ago. So if I ask you, some of us going to Rosh Hashanah and says, you know what? I want to be spiritual. I want to do this. And this year I'm going to do that. I'm going to add this. I'm going to use that. I'm going to be more. I'm going to do. Coming out 10 months later, did you do anything closer to what you decided to do? Or even take your December 31st, how you call it? Resolution. How close are you today? It's 2 months from now. How close are you today? Every day gym, every day this, every day that, right? Are we close to that? So we have to remember, sometimes when you decide something, it's a seed. It's a seed. So you plant it in the ground and it wants to start growing. When you stop 2 months later, what do? You blast the seed and you wait until I decide to redo it again. Okay, so a month later, okay, I'm going to be okay. Boom, plant the seed. That seed cannot grow. Eventually, too many times, nothing will happen this year. And all what you have, a delay of fruits. Fruits not coming. There are delays. Very simple. I see how simple it is. So what I recommend today, every time you have a delay, can be the simplest thing. It's a cause for me planting the wrong seed or the wrong consciousness in starting what I started with. Very clear. It's only our responsibility. You are not a victim here. Every thought, every emotion, every action you take, planting a seed of a new reality for you. So up until Rosh Hashanah, I told you this is 8 weeks that we're building up. I would like you to visit your decision in last Rosh Hashanah. And how much of that you actually did and how much of that you actually stopped or, never continued. There is no God who hates you about it. And you came to Rosh Hashanah and you asked, please give me more light, give me all my soulmate, give me this, and I will be amazing. And then 3 months later, you stop. There is no God who is upset with you. Oh, yeah, you upset me so much. I don't like you. It doesn't happen like that. He tells you, you stop. You're going to create a delay, not me. This is the system. Very clear. Now I want to give you the second level of that. There is another type of ekev. There's another type of delay. Is when you apply delay proactively. When you apply delay proactively. For example, many of us have the urge for something. Wait a second. Many of us, I want to say to them what I want to say to them, but wait a second. But I want to grab them, I'm hungry. Wait a second. Delay. Delay the need. Delay the instant gratification. Delay the grabbing. Delay the blaming. Delay the cursing. Delay that. Yeah, do it later. But first, delay your reaction. If a person live life applying delay to every reactive behavior, then they're going to hear. Then there is tishme'un. Then you're going to listen. Because then you're going to be able to hear. When you apply delay within, and it's this decision that you need to make with yourself, apply the resistance proactively, then you set yourself completely in different level to hear the messages. Because let's say when you're a crowd of people, right? In a crowd of people, it's very hard to hear every conversation. So therefore you go to a separate room and talk to somebody, or, in a room that you can have a conversation with somebody. It's quiet, we can listen and so forth, right? Same thing. When you create delay, you are being plugged into a certain reality that over there, the message is way more clear. For example, how many times do you want to text somebody something so mean? And you said, you know what, I'm going to wait because I'm not. And then you realize they text you back, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I wrote it wrong. And something like that sometimes happening, You're about to respond to somebody very much mean and very selfish. And then you said, you know what, okay, I'm too angry right now. I'm going to deal with it later. And then it solves itself out. Many times. But this is like, in a way of happening for us, quote unquote, random. Here today, we want to apply that in our life. And now again, a different level for that. When you have a real inner resistance, ability to resist, to restrict, to delay your ego, to delay the need, to delay the blame, to delay the victim consciousness, you know what happened? It's not that you're going to hear tishme'un, it's also you're going to become tishamun. Tishamun. You will be heard in this world. You will have a voice in this world. Because you are a person of resistance, you are a person that apply the rules of the universe. Then you're going to be heard in the world. Tishamun. Tishmeun is you will listen, and you just change not the letter, you change the dots, how you pronounce it. Tishamun. Now they will hear you. So, for example, if you, let's say, for example, you have a business, right? And there is an employee that constantly is late, right? You can't be late, you can't be late. Yeah, you threaten them, right? Or if you apply resistance, for example, for 20 years, 20 years, you don't say anything to that person, right? And they keep doing whatever, that they behave this way, call it employee, call it whatever. 20 years, or a friend of yours that always stand you up or never really show up to things, right? But you never say anything. You delay for 20 years. And after 20 years, says, listen, my friend, can we have a conversation? What? Says, yeah, listen, I'm waiting 20 years to tell you something. How is the person going to hear it? After 20 years, I'm really eager to hear. What did you hold on 20 years to tell me? Right? This is what Moses did. Moses waiting for 40 years to tell them all of that. And they heard it very loud, very clear. Because when you apply resistance, and I'm not saying like for today, for 2 hours or 3 hours. I'm talking about when a person is delayed for a long period of time, not because like it's not the right thing or that. This is the only way I can reveal it. Again, it's not about the time, but it's about what is more difficult for me to delay. It will be heard much stronger later on. It has a force, it has a meaning. As opposed to every time somebody hurt you, you being a victim and you blame them and you call them, why you did this to me? Why you did that to me? They have enough that I don't want to hear you anymore. People tell, I don't want to hear you anymore because you're constantly complainer. Waiting, and not coming across this way. Now I'm going to be heard. So this is the second layer of that. So what is Moses giving us here? First of all, with this type of, this is a little, I'm telling you, this is only 3 words I read. 3 words. If I continue one by one, we will stay here for sure the whole night, just covering one layer of that. I can promise you, I can sit with you. You see, I have 60 notes, I take only 3. You have time for more? Yeah. Thank you. Last, what Moses telling you, there is an absolute guaranteed. He tells you there's guarantee for this type of behavior, that this type of way of living, that you will guarantee to get everything that within your movie and more. Why? Because he wants to show you the infinite intelligence that is planted inside of each one of us. Infinite intelligence, infinite wisdom. It's not over there in the books. The books are just extracting what's inside of me. What you listen right now is I'm telling you what exists inside of you, not my wisdom. It's not my wisdom. I'm a figure on a TV or whatever, wherever you are, or in your mind, or sitting here. Remember, I'm not my true size. None of you. We are having this conversation at a complete different level. Our ability to understand things is not right here. Is completely different way of accumulating wisdom. So therefore, recommended by Moses to activate that power. How do we activate that power? As I said, I gave you two levels. And the third idea is listening, consistency, and permanency. Consistent, but in a permanent way. Anything that you decide in a permanent way to lead your life now have ability to be used as a vessel. Be used as a vessel. Anything you do, like I told you, you take the seed, you put it today, 2 days, nothing happened. Let me take the seed out and plant it over here. Oh, let me see 2 days over here. It's not going to work. You need to create permanency of consciousness in your life. Permanency of the wisdom in your life. Now, again, I don't have much time now to get into it, but the strength that each one of us have, I want to make sure that you're going to have 3 things on the wisdom level. Listening to the wisdom, listening to wisdom all the time. Be persistent, consistency. But you have to decide in your mind, it's forever. It's the way I am. This is the only way. You have to be bekviut. Keva, it means forever, permanent, consistent, and listening to the wisdom. Now, why? I'll tell you in short. Wisdom is called chokhmah. Wisdom, it's chokhmah. And it's a code. It's a code. What is the code? We, each one of us, we don't even know the amount of wisdom that is inserted inside of us at birth. Actually, even more. And when the baby is in the womb, there is an angel who teaching us all the time, right? And then before you come out, they tell you that. That's why you have the little thing on your lips to quiet down. You cannot tell that, oh, you forget it. And then you need to remind yourself again. When a person connected to consistent wisdom on a regular basis, he have no idea the gift of what comes to their life. First, how do we know that the wisdom? If you take the word chokhmah, you divide it to 2. Chet and kaf, right? It's the word koach, which is force, power, force. This is what it means, 1. And the mem hey, the last 2 letters, it's mem and hey, which represent numerical value of 45, which is exact numeric value of the word Adam, human. And the human also is not enough because mem hey is ma, which is 45. But if you switch it, the order, you get the hem, which is they, together. Human alone is not powerful, but human with others together, revealing the wisdom, oh, the force together, what's happening right now, and all of us together around. If we have one soul, one request right now, together, it will happen. If we have on the same page, we have in the same mind, in the same desire, we are connected on a wisdom level, that's your power. So human being, true power is when they connected to wisdom. Not being smart and not being like a smart ass and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. Or know a little bit more information. Real wisdom, true wisdom, connected to Moses' wisdom, not to the religion part of that. That we feel so achy when it's been shoveled to us this way. Hakshava, listening to wisdom. Hatmada, which is the power of Moses, right? Is Netzach, which is never giving up, right? Consistent and permanency. You have to decide for yourself, and then it starts growing. Any seed that you plant without these things, you have to give it water. You have to decide that that's what you plant the seed, and you have to make sure that the seed is staying in the ground. Then you give permanency to light in your life. Then you give permanency to revelations and beautiful changes that comes to life. But it's all based on that. So there are many, many lessons that I'm now keeping inside of me because I'm going to let you go. But it pains me to stop. But we decide to do 30, 40 minutes sometimes. So I think we can keep that very clear for ourselves. And if you follow these couple of rules and make it even a month, 30 days, I'm going to do it exactly what I heard, that maybe it's a message. 30 days. And you will see what comes out of you. You see the words, you see the thoughts, you will see the connections, the dots been connected. Then Zat Hashem will continue, will give you the strength to continue more and more. But really, the wisdom of Kabbalah have all of that. Permanency, persistence, and listening to this wisdom. And two things that I said before, Ekev, the certain delays. When it's forced on you, when life forced on you a delay over here, a delay in the traffic, a delay over there, whatever it is, it's something in the seed level was wrong or was not complete, really with kindness or with love, or something was there, a little bit ego. You have to check, revisit, change, and move on. And second thing is, if you lead your life in a resistance to your ego, to me, and you're looking for us, for all of us, for we, for they, for them, him, now everything will be, you're gonna hear and you're going to be heard when you have that. So I want to send you with lots of love tonight. We're just finishing what we call the Tu B'Av, the holiday of love. And of course, if you want to be able to attract some love, you need to be able to listen to the direction that you need to go to. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.